So, welcome everybody to the Blaze Production YouTube channel. Today we're switching it up a little bit from a normal podcast. We're going to be reviewing Daredevil, and today with me is my panel of prestige comic book nerds. JK. We got Adrian,
Yeah, boy.
and we got Jed here.
Oh, what's up, guys? It's scarce
All right,
here.
let's start.
I'm sorry, I had to put that in there.
Let's start it off. So, Daredevil came back with season 3. He realized that, you know what, all these other Netflix shows
Getting canceled.
Ain't doing it right. They ain't doing it right. They're getting canceled. So I gotta come back from the dead and teach them how it's done. All right. Let's just give our first opinions on it. For me, Daredevil season 3 was the best thing on television ever. Out of this year, it beats anything from Netflix, and it beats anything from regular television. That's my opinion.
All right.
Okay, so you didn't say you were done.
Yeah, like, I was mad confused.
All right,
Roger.
So I'm next, I guess. Okay, so all right, I think you forced it and saying it's the best thing in the world. Relax. First off, yeah, we'll say it was good though. I think that yeah, no, it was pretty good. I think it's the best Marvel show, to be honest. I think
That's
second place would probably be Punisher, to be honest.
Also big facts.
But yeah,
Big facts, too.
that's what I think. I thought it was pretty good. So Adrian, what did you think?
What's it called? I told Brandon the other day that I thought Daredevil season 3 was even better than season 1 because I like season 1 better than 2, but now season 3 tops it. So, but I still got to give Punisher like overall the best in my opinion, just because like, what's it called? I don't know. I just felt like it was a lot better than every other one combined. And one more thing, what was I trying to say?
Punisher's better.
Well, yeah, Punisher's better without a doubt. But it was about. Yeah, I think it was about Daredevil, but I forgot. I'll come back to me later. Fuck it.
All right, we're gonna start it off. We're not gonna do a kind of a deep dive here. You know, we're not gonna be we're gonna be throwing ourselves in the pool. So the show started off, you know, with a kind of a kind of good start. You know, Jed put it best on stream, twitch.tv/Desperado316. Just putting that out there. Jed said the best where it's a simple story of a hero coming back, just that kind of story, and it kind of progresses from there. You know, we have Wilson Fisk at the end of the episode making a deal on with Special Agent Nadeem
Hadir.
I forget his last Hadir, yeah, something like that. We'll just call him Nadeem. Making a thing like that. Now Nadeem, let's talk about Nadeem first because he's the first new character that we got introduced to. I liked him. I liked his backstory. At first I thought for some reason they were going to like the way they portrayed him. I thought he was going to become a criminal.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, because they were talking about, hey, like we don't have money, and I thought he was gonna like join Fisk or like help out Fisk or Bullseye or whatever to like maybe make some extra cash. That's what I thought. But how do we feel about Nadeem? I thought he was a great character. Without spoiling too much right now, this is a spoiler review though. But what do we think of Nadeem when we first met him off in the first couple episodes?
You go ahead. You got it.
Okay. We gotta call out who's going here.
Yeah, we'll just go in order, like Brandon, you, then me.
Okay. So I think he was very relatable in the sense that like if you kind of put yourself in his shoes, like I think you pretty much do the same exact thing for the most part. I like this character. I really did. I wished I had seen more. But continue to Adrian.
Nadeem was I feel like he was the audience for the first couple episodes. Like like I feel like in the sense that like he's kind of getting fooled by Fisk, and we don't know exactly what Fisk is up to, and neither does he. So like that's how I feel like he's kind of like the audience in a sense. And what's it called? His motivations, like they're kind of simple, but like they make sense because like
they're relatable.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be like really complex or anything. So I like that. Like the show knew what Nadim was from the start, so I like that too. But go on from there.
Yeah, that was cool. And then I think it was the end of episode 2 is when Fisk, he gets shanked and they take him out from the prison to his house.
Yeah.
Okay, did they explain, like, was Nadim knocked out, or...
What do you mean?
Because, okay, the car flips, but Nadim's in the car with
I didn't get that either. I don't understand.
He was knocked out.
He was...
They showed,
okay, because I don't think they showed... They showed the driver.
They showed him for a brief moment. He was like, he was knocked out, like there was blood on him. Like he couldn't do anything, like but yeah, basically he was just knocked out. Like that's literally that whole what happened there.
Okay, because for some reason for me, like I thought he was gone, and like when we started seeing the new character Poindexter, I actually thought it was Nadim for a second.
Oh, word!
Like killing. I thought it was like Nadim. I'm like, oh shit, like Nadim's like badass. And we do get introduced to Poindexter, and off the bat, I knew right then and there. I was like, that's Bullseye. It was like,
yeah,
it was so obvious that it was him. Even from the casting, of course, but still, just when he shot like the bullet the first time, I was just like, no, it's Bullseye.
Not only that, but when he threw his knife at like those two dudes, I was like, oh yeah, that's Bullseye. Like he was doing some ninja shit.
I mean, like, he was also like ricocheting the bullets. I don't know if you guys peeped that. But
yeah,
there were at least two bullets in that shot that like bounced off some shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that in the first. The only thing I saw was like when he threw the two knives. I was like, okay, this is Bullseye. But it's cool that you noticed that. That's a cool detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Oh, what happens to him, and then we do get some insight on Bullseye. You know, I liked it. He gets like the whole like therapist treatment, and he talks about Julie, which is his girlfriend, and then we find out that Julie is
it's just
not his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's just a girl he's stalking.
Which I like. I thought they were gonna go in a completely different direction. I thought the direction they were gonna go with that was that like how can I explain it?
Like, did you think he was gonna like kill her or something, or hurt her or something?
Yeah. I thought he was gonna do like something like that, like kidnap her or something. That's because like he gave me that vibe already.
Can I say something? So like, what's it called? Just like minor spoiler. So you find out later in the show that like Dex, because this is something that confused me.
Well,
so
this is spoiler, so we'll talk spoiler.
Yeah. But like you find out later in the show that Dex worked at like the suicide hotline. I thought that he was like a suicide survivor. And then because like in the trailer, when they in the Bullseye trailer that came out before the show like finally aired, like you kept hearing this voice throughout the trailer saying like, "Do it, Dex." Like I thought she was gonna tell him to like kill himself or something. Like I thought like they were in like a prevention class or some shit together, and then like she kept trying to tell him to kill him. So that's what I thought. But it was a good misdirection for me anyway.
I thought when I saw the picture of like the suicide prevention center, it for me like for some reason it didn't click that like that's where like you could take the phone calls. I thought that was more like him going somewhere that's supposed to cure him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was that was the same thing.
But yeah, I thought Julie was gonna be the one that was like telling him to kill himself or something.
Oh god.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say real quick.
But yeah, we do. Let's just go into detail about Dex. What do we think of his acting? Do we think he was? Did he think
he was really believable for me?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I liked his acting. I didn't think it was bad at all. Actually, I liked his backstory. I like his little moments where he like screams to release his anger. Like you could tell like it helps him. He's really going through some shit too. Like his acting, I think, was point on. Like I didn't see like any like bad acting in his character at all.
No, you're right. And we do see from Poindexter, Fisk learns like his backstory, the way, when like his culture or whatever.
When he finds the file, right?
Yeah, when he finds the file. That one, I'm gonna say, best scene of a Netflix show, because I think the way they like did that whole backstory of him with Fisk like walking through
his life story, basically.
Yeah, his life story in black and white was like, I just thought it was perfect. So that's the one thing I do like about the Daredevil films. I'm sorry, Daredevil show. Compared to like all the other shows, is that like they really know how to do cinematography.
Cinematography, yeah.
Yeah, they really do play around with it more than other shows do.
Yeah, no, I will agree with that. No, I did like that scene too. I think that was a very good scene to show like a backstory. You know, like you see him kind of grow up, and then like when he's like a teenager, almost adult, like you see how his therapist was dying of cancer, I think, and
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I thought it was, crazy to see that, even after all those years, like of her like teaching him how to deal with his, his dark side,
psychoticness.
Yeah. How to deal with his dark side.
Like beat the shit out of
that's what I was leading to. I was like, I think like showing how he flips in like a second is like insane, even after all those years of someone he actually like liked. I thought it was really good character development for him.
Do we know like what disease he like suffers from? Is it like
no? He's just crazy. She wrote some notes down. She wrote notes down.
Psycho.
He has.
I think she put this multiple personality, right?
She put like this not multiple personality, but like she put like 3 different notes. I know one of them was like psychotic tendencies, and then there was 2 other things like I forget what it was. I forget what they were. I think that's when I find out.
Been personality disorder.
I think it's just like the one that stood with us. I think was the one that she wrote down, obviously, which was psychotic tendencies, which obviously you can see that in him. I mean, he does have psychotic characteristics. Like you see it at the beginning too. When he saved Fist, those 2 guys were trying to surrender, and by law, like you're supposed to like accept someone who's surrendering, but he just kills them anyways.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, my boy Fisk in the snitch, bro. That's all you know.
No, that's true. That's true. But then we're talking about Fist. Let's talk about how Fist was best Marvel hero. Top 8 villain. I'm sorry, villain. What am I saying? I think Fist is a hero. Villain. A++ villain tier. All right. Change my mind. You can't.
Yeah.
The way he starts off, right? You start to figure out that, hey, maybe like he has some ulterior motives, and while the season keeps going on, you realize how much this guy has actually thought every single detail down, to the point where I literally thought the only way to stop him was to kill him.
Yeah, and I think that's what, like, in a way, I felt like that's what Fist is like thing was. Like, I feel like he wanted to motivate Matt to even kill him, like at certain points, just so, because he knows that like at the end, like you could see again, spoilers, and this is a whole spoiler thing, like you could see like when Matt screams, it's like, I win because like I didn't end up killing you inevitably, because I think that's what Fisk wanted in the end, for him to kill him, so Matt can kind of lose that part of himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think
pulled the Joker great. Basically.
Yeah, I think that was great.
Yeah.
Because he just he pushes your fucking buttons, and I think that's what he wanted to do to Matt, just pushes like buttons until he just snapped, and literally snapped his neck.
Not only that, let's think about like what he's done to every character, right? With Foggy. Why do you have such a hard?
He's not fucking Kermit the Frog, bro. Chill out. Yeah.
Kermit the Froggy.
Kermit the Frog here. Okay, with Foggy, he stops his family. Like, he has like the whole thing where his family's like meat provider or whatever stops coming in.
Their vendors.
So they have to sign up. Yeah, their vendors stop coming, so they have to sign up like an illegal loan and stuff like that, right? So like, he's out of commission. Like, he can't really do anything, or his family's messed up. Karen, I think he has to, like, he killed someone, right? That's
Karen killed his Fisk's best friend, James Wesley.
Yeah.
That, and let's not forget that this season, Fisk learns that who Matt Murdock really is.
Well, they alluded it in season 2 that he found out already.
Season 1.
Season 2. When he was in prison.
This was in season 2?
Yeah. Yeah,
well, he was in prison, and then like Matt went to go see him at one point, and then like what's it called? Fisk, Matt did something to Fisk, like, because Fisk grabbed him while they were like having a conversation, and then Matt like punched him, and then I guess Fisk like somehow remembered that feeling of like the punch, and then he asked his lawyer to look into Matt's files.
Oh, okay, and that makes sense when the lawyer comes back. Got it.
Oh, quick question. That's the same lawyer that's in Luke Cage, isn't it?
He's in every single one. He's like he's just the dirtiest lawyer.
Yeah, he always covers like the villains basically.
Yeah, he's the most corrupt basically.
Yeah.
But that just to bring up one little sidetrack. Claire, nowhere to be found.
Well, she was out of the show after Luke Cage. Like out of the Netflix
but you know, the one person to be in like everything.
Yeah.
I guess it's confirmed now that she's not.
And basically, back. I think in a way the new healer is the mom now. Like I think that was like the healer this season.
Like, sister.
Every time he got hurt.
Up,
she would heal.
But let's go back to Fisk. So Fisk has a plan for everybody. The best fight scene this season, the one in the hospital. I loved it. I felt like you could tell when Matt was getting tired. Like it wasn't just straight up karate.
In the prison, you mean?
The prison, you mean?
Yeah. Well, he was in a nursery. He was in the nurse.
Oh, okay, so
yeah.
He was in the nursery.
I get you. Yeah, I got you.
So he was in the prison. When we feel him getting tired, it's not just like karate moves. Like the one guy literally like does tries to do a power bomb on him.
Oh, word.
The other guy just needs. I love that fighting scene. Like that whole scene was just perfect, and it's just like one continuous shot.
It is.
So great.
Yeah, I think that's what I love the continuous, like those continuing shots, because like the camera angles were like the camera angle was so good, like how it moved around him and shit like that, and like how they moved like room to room, and like all these people were fighting around, like the guards were fighting the prisoners and shit, and like I was like, holy shit, this shit's brutal. And like it was that moment where like he's walking through the door and there's like a guard literally on the right side of him getting stabbed in the neck, and the blood's like splattering.
Word.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, I just got reminded how like crazy this show is. Like it was just like they have like no chill with it.
They really don't. One of my favorite scenes was when Fisk is in the car and they tell him that like they couldn't get they couldn't get Karen. So basically, to paint the picture for anybody, Fisk gets the power of the FBI. Fisk ends up corrupting basically everybody. Nadeem tries to snitch and gets a sent. Who does he kill? He kills like someone higher than them.
He kills like someone from HR or some shit.
Yeah,
that was there.
Well, he doesn't. He gets
he got framed. Yeah.
But
it was his boss ends up killing someone, which that one just took like as soon as like that happened, I was like, bro, what the hell? Like I wasn't ready for that.
You know,
I wasn't ready for it.
I was dead at like Nadeem's boss. I was so suspicious from her from the jump, bro. Because like every time Nadeem was telling her some shit, I was like, somehow Fisk is gonna find out what Nadeem knows, and I was like, it has to be her. But then like nothing happened for like up until like I think it was like the 10th or 11th episode, and then you find out that she's like the one like telling Fisk everything. I'm like, yo, this fucking bitch, bro.
Yeah, no, and I mean, we never really found out what Fisk had on all those people. Like, it had to be something. I don't think it was just money motivation. I think it was like
because like, Fisk gets them through everything.
Yeah, like he had to have had something, like maybe threaten like their families or some shit.
Yeah, the boss did say that she had 2 children before.
Yeah.
And then like it's implied the Fisk had something to do with.
I mean, she literally said that she literally said, "Oh, Fisk made a hit and run happen," and then my moment.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
And then for Nadeem, it was that he can never get like all the health insurance for his sister-in-law got canceled. So then he was the one writing the checks, and then he ended up being basically bankrupt.
Which is why he's such a great. He literally like I think it was like his sister-in-law had cancer for 2 years, right? I think. So this guy has been planning all this for 2 years.
Well, he was in prison for 2 years, so yeah.
Yeah, and he thought about this for 2 years, and he thought about every single possibility that could happen, and to make sure that nobody could actually mess him up.
Yeah,
like he is top tier villain.
He basically like made sure that no one could get leverage on him, and he made sure that he had leverage on everybody that was going to be involved in this whole situation. Like that was his whole plan, and it goes like it's very detailed. Like his
Fisk.
Fisk is
the Black Setsu of the universe.
I could say he's a fucking like just a criminal genius. Like he knows how to get under people's skin. He knows like how to get shit done. I think, and it was very good. I liked his character this season. I think it was the best of Wilson Fisk that we've seen yet.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's right. So those Fisk hallucinations too, that Matt Murdock has throughout the whole season, those were like, I think those were actually really good ones. I do like the one where like he's standing outside from the hotel and like Fisk starts talking to him about like how he's gonna get out and how like people are gonna start liking him and all this kind of stuff. And like it just goes to show you how like Fisk really like
gets in your head.
Can get in your mind for like a long after like 2 years of being away. He can like still get in your mind.
Yeah. Like I was talking to my dad earlier. One of the things that he actually hates about Fisk is like Vanessa, and like Vanessa in a way being his fucking weakness, and like, oh, I love Vanessa, all this and that. Like, what do you guys think of that whole thing?
Yeah. You need to have a weakness to a villain for him to.
I'm gonna be honest, and this is kind of like going to the very end, like the finale. I was hoping, I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping that Bullseye would kill Vanessa just so Fisk loses his shit, so he has no strings attached anymore. So the next season he will just fucking, if he's even out, he would just go fucking off, like he would become a monster.
Oh yeah, and that idea ties into my favorite scene with Fisk, where like he's in the car, and they tell him that they couldn't get Karen, so he literally asked the guy for his jacket.
Oh my god, yes!
I thought he was gonna strangle him.
No, I knew for a fact as soon as he bought the jacket, bro.
Bro, he just fucking like beat him like I beat my meat at 3 a.m.
It was the meme.
My meat at 3 a.m.
Bro, like I was shook, bro. Like I was like, it just goes to like how, because he has big hands. Like his character, like they're really big hands, and they show like how strong just him punching you can be.
Yeah, dude.
And like in the end when like the blood starts like coming out like through the jacket as a stain.
He's like get this shit cleaned up at the end. I was like, okay, all right.
Reminded me of when he killed Ben. Season 1.
Word.
But no, he was I liked how in the final fight he did beat up. So okay, before we keep going there, so Fisk does all that. Karen does get a backstory this season. I did not watch it because I can actually not stand Karen as a character.
We have to talk about that. You tell me why.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Karen is actually one of the dumbest characters in the MCU. Well, in the Marvel's Netflix shows, they gets away with her being stupid. Ooh, she literally the whole scene when she goes to Fisk and like talks to him about like how he killed his best friend, right? Everybody in that scene afterwards say, "Wow, Karen, you're actually really stupid for doing this." And Karen's like, "Yeah, I am." And they're like, "Well, you're brave because you tried." Like, I'm like, "What? No, she's a fucking idiot." But like, don't try to like justify it because she's, huh?
I'm saying, like, we know what the purpose for that was. Like, she was trying to get him mad so that he could break one of the rules of his confinement. Because if he broke the rule, he was going straight to jail.
To kill her, right? Because we
just to get him mad enough.
And we know the FBI was on Fisk's side, so he probably like had some way to get away with it, right? He would have figured something out. So it was
it's on
stupid.
Camera. You can't
They even said that's a stupid idea because like, by the time they would have showed up, what if you were already dead? Like, she didn't know. Like, she was basically just sacrificing herself for like... Yeah, it's a noble cause.
No, yeah,
but it's still stupid. It's still dumb to me. She's just she's a very annoying character. I don't like her.
Oh yeah, well,
it's like every time like her boss is like, "Hey, don't do this," because like I'm gonna fire you if you do. And she's like, well, no, fuck you. I'm still gonna do it. I'm like, come on, really?
No, the only reason she got fired is because
no. But before she gets fired, like the boss is always like, hey, don't do this. I'm gonna tell you not to do. Yeah, don't do this. And then she just gets away with doing it. And I'm like, okay, Karen has plot armor from getting fired until like the story demands her to get fired.
Yeah. I mean, again, like, I don't hate her character. I mean, she's not my favorite character, but I watched Karen's full episode. Like, I thought it was very nice to see her backstory. Personally, I was okay with seeing her backstory. I know some people probably hated the fact that most of the episode was her backstory, and it was kind of maybe a waste of an episode, except the end. But I don't know what the purpose of the episode was. I honestly feel like it was in a way a waste. Like, I feel like the backstory should have been more of like certain flashbacks rather than a whole episode.
To be honest, I felt like what's it called? That was a waste. Because like they honestly they didn't have to show all that shit. They could have just
they really didn't.
Like they could have just said it through exposition or something. Like they could have just said it through dialogue more than anything else.
Yeah, through dialogue and some flashbacks. Like I don't think they needed to have like all those extra little moments, like her making out with her boyfriend and all that shit. Like I don't think they needed to have all that. The scenes that I think were key were just having maybe the little like the family dinner, the boyfriend losing or her brother losing his shit on the boyfriend and the boyfriend losing his shit on the brother, and then that little scene, and then the car crash, and then her explaining the rest. I think that would have been it. I don't think they needed to have like a whole episode with more scenes in it.
Pretty much.
So this season we did get Dex wearing the Daredevil suit. What do we think about? Are you mad that you didn't get to see the Daredevil suit? I mean the Bullseye suit?
No, because that was a whole thing in the comics too. Like at one point in the comics, Bullseye I think he beat Daredevil somehow, and then Daredevil comes back and takes his costume and then beats him back. And then like there's a lot of like subtle new what's it called, like homages to the comics and shit. Yeah. Like Karen was on cocaine in the show, and the comics she was addicted to heroin. And when
they did change that up, they did change Fisk learning about who Matt Murdock was.
Yeah, because Karen was the one that said it. Yeah.
That one I like that change, because I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, how are they gonna like figure that out?" I think was a good change.
I'm waiting for Karen to get AIDS now, because that happens in the not playing. But yeah.
So can we talk about like did you guys like the first fight scene between Bullseye and Daredevil?
I liked every single fight scene.
That's in the bulletin. Yeah. To be honest, every time they fought, I felt like Bullseye always had the upper hand. That like Bullseye was just like way better than him, because like his accuracy when he's throwing stuff. Like I felt like there was like no way that like Matt is at the level to beat him yet. And you can tell like I don't think the finale, like it wasn't even just him by himself. It was like a 3-way fight.
Yeah. I agree. I actually like that. No, Matt was very like leading into that. I think Matt was very smart, and this is leading to the finale. Matt was very smart in making it a 3-way fight. I think that was very smart to turn Dex against Fisk, because I think that was his only like real good move on getting Fisk. So
I don't even think he did it on purpose, to be honest. Like I felt like he was gonna let Dex kill Fisk first, but then Dex started killing other people like in the process, and then he had to jump in. So like that was kind of just like it was kind of just lucky. And to be honest, I feel like Dex can't hold his own in a fight against Daredevil. Like the only reason he would win is because he'd have his distance, and then he could throw shit. But other than that, like Daredevil would like beat the shit out of him.
I'd say there's like you know right now.
I'd say
that fighting,
because you notice that like what's it called? He would always try to get away and get distance to start throwing shit, and like that was his like what he would rely on, his accuracy. Whereas Daredevil had to like be clever with the way that he would approach him. Like I don't know if you noticed the one time where like he kicked the trash can or some shit, and then Dex would like he would look the one way, and then Daredevil would like get in and like close the distance basically to fuck him up.
Yeah,
and then what's it called? I think that was one of my cons too about the whole show. Like this season there wasn't as much like good choreographed fighting. Like it was mostly like Daredevil. It looked like Daredevil was mostly boxing with some kicks, whereas like in the first 2 seasons, you see this nigga flipping all over the place. But I guess that makes sense because like he got bashed up when the building fell on him.
Yeah, I think the reason like you don't see him fully go all out is just I think it's because of that. It's because inevitably he's still recovering from like the building falling on him. I don't think he was probably at like 65-75% this season.
I would also say a lot of his fight scenes were very like simple. The first one he was drugged kinda.
Oh yeah.
So he couldn't do that. I feel like the bulletin is kind of like in close space where he's and if he were trying to do like acrobatic shit, like Bullseye would just hit him would just grab something and throw him because he's vulnerable right there. Because he does do it like towards the last fight. He does when they're in the ballroom. He does do like acrobatic flips and stuff. Because that's like the only chance he really has anything. But we have been all right. So towards the end, Matt does convince Poindexter to go after Fisk, basically because Fisk Poindexter Bullseye has like a lot of tapes about his therapist and how like he needs to find a North Star. He finds one within Julie. Technically, he thinks he's her North Star. She doesn't.
I mean, she was down to help him too. So
yeah, she was down, but we never know. She ends up dying from Fisk. He finds out. Bullseye finds out. And then we get a climactic.
You kind of said it right the first time. Climatic.
Damn. Fight between Fisk, Bullseye, and Matt. Bullseye is in the Daredevil suit though. What do we think? What did we like that? Like this whole plan was just so that him and Vanessa could get married.
That wasn't really the whole plan. Like the plan was for him to get out of jail, have Vanessa get it back, and then also have he also got like everyone, like all the crime bosses, like their money and shit. Like basically he would ask for their like money in exchange for protection from the FBI. So
which I want because that girl that he asked, wasn't she?
She was in Luke Cage. She was the one offering coffee.
Yeah, so like then I'm really wondering, did they know Luke Cage was already gonna get canceled? If they don't, because Luke Cage would technically have like had to get involved in universe. It would have made sense.
No. Only in Harlem he would get involved because that was in Hell's Kitchen, so it doesn't matter to him.
But if because to me season 2 ended where like Luke Cage was kind of like the crime boss.
Yeah, he was making sure that no one would fuck shit up in Harlem. All he cared about was Harlem.
So all he cares about is Got it. That makes sense. All right. Anyways, so he gets back Vanessa. We have that dope ass fight scene. Fisk goes out. I don't think he even went like 100%, unfortunately. Vanessa telling him like, "Hey, don't be stupid. Like, let's run away," and he's just trying to protect her.
I like the funny but best part of the fight scene was when he like fucking grabs Daredevil and pushes him through the wall. It was very reminiscent of the beginning of Spider-Man when Fisk just fucking pushes Spider-Man through a bunch of walls and shit. And I was like, that's literally what I thought of when I saw that scene. I'm like, holy shit, this guy has a lot of strength to fucking bash someone through a wall.
He does. He has a lot of strength, and then he does all of that. He ends up picking Bullseye up like a fucking just a wrestling move carry, breaks his back on like the corner of a wall. That was intense. And I just want to say, when Matt is like punching him and he's giving that speech like how he won't kill him, bro, chills. Like that acting,
bro, I felt that shit, bro. I
chills just went up my arm, bro. Like I felt it.
That guy deserves a fucking Oscar, dude. Like that was honestly,
was good. Him and Fisk. those two actors deserve an Oscar. Fisk is like, he is such a great actor.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Yep. I don't think you guys ever. I don't think you guys ever watched Full Metal Jacket. Fisk is a actor. He's in that movie like at the like towards the beginning, towards the middle, kind of. And like his name is Private Powell. But like if you ever watch the movie, you get it. Like side note, sorry. Like you got to watch that movie to like understand like how funny it is to see him, like his character, like his actor is a villain, and you go to see that movie and it's just like what the fuck. Because he's not a villain. He's just a fucking pussy in that movie, basically. So like you have to go watch. Like I'll show you the scene, both of you, so you understand like why it's funny. He has the same haircut, everything. It's just literally a young version of Fisk.
Great actor.
He really is.
So what do we think about that whole? All right, so we like the ending, but like,
what do we think about the fight scene?
I like the different kind of like I like how Fisk like. You're not gonna get karate shit from him. You're not gonna get like
it's just brutality
stuff. Yeah, it's just straight up like let's fucking fist fight. I'm a power bomb your ass through a table. Like I don't give a like.
Yeah, dude, that was like I was like as soon as he picked them up, as soon as I saw like him on the table, I was like, all right, he's about to fucking grab and just break that table. Like I already know it. Like I can predict Fisk's fighting style so well.
He punches the wall and like that wall ends up getting like a hole in it. It's a brick wall too. That's how strong his punches are. Brick wall gets a hole.
And I like that because like in the comics, like Fisk is fucking strong. Like I like that they try to keep it. I don't think they try to make it. They try to keep it realistic to like just cause.
But you would think I think Fisk like just looks like he's just all muscle.
Yeah, no, everyone gets it twisted.
In the comics, that's it.
Yeah. Like Fisk is like 2% body fat. Everything else is muscle.
Yeah, that's why they try to keep it. They try to keep that a reality for both the comics and the
monster. Show. Love it. Do you think this is the end of Fisk? Do you think we're ever gonna see him again?
I don't think it's the end.
I feel like he's not gonna be in season 4. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because we did get the ultimatum at the end. Matt says, "I'm not gonna kill you, but if you come near like my friends, I'm gonna go after your wife. Life. Yep, I'm gonna go after your wife and make sure she rots in the hellhole just like you."
He's about to give her that deep non-plan.
It does give up. I would say I kind of agree with your dad a little, where like Vanessa is kind of like
that's a spoil.
A cop out. That's a cop out, but like you have to give him something, right? And
no, yeah, I agree. I think like I already knew that like when Vanessa came back that I already knew like Daredevil would try to use that as his weakness in a way. And I'm just like I guess he has to have a weakness. Like I guess if Vanessa didn't exist, I don't know how the fuck like he would have defeated him. Like he would defeat him.
Because he seems like a villain that the only way to stop him, other than Vanessa, the only way to stop him would be to kill him.
Basically. But I also kind of wished again that Bullseye did kill Vanessa. Like there was so many moments where I was like, okay, Vanessa's gonna fucking die. Vanessa is gonna die. There was even a moment where like Matt was beating the shit out of Fisk, and I was like, Bullseye is gonna somehow get up or grab a piece of glass or some shit and throw that shit at fucking Vanessa's neck or some shit, and it's over for her. Like there was so many moments where I was hoping she would die just so like Fisk could lose his shit.
But you know what that shows you though, that like because what's it called? Like you see how Fisk was trying to protect Vanessa and shit, but like he couldn't really do that, and Matt was the one doing it. So it's like I feel like in a way that kind of showed that Fisk can't always protect Vanessa. Like just do like the combat alone. But what's it called? What was I gonna say? I feel like in season 4 or season 5, assuming it goes that far, Vanessa is going to die, and then Fisk is just not even gonna give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, if Fisk comes back, something's gonna happen to Vanessa, and then that man's gonna just break. Like he's literally gonna just break a wall through prison and get out and find whoever killed him.
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought that Vanessa wasn't fully on board with what Fisk was doing, but then when
she wild, bro.
Yeah, but then like when Fisk finally revealed to her and like stopped keeping secrets from her, and like her first order was like to kill Agent Nadeem. I was like, holy shit, this bitch is just as crazy as Fisk. Like, she doesn't give a fuck.
Nah, she's a ride or die, bro.
R.I.P. my man, Nadeem. Deserved better.
Yep.
I wish he stayed alive. I wish he joined the team. He would have been great. I wish that he would have been able to see that pool be made for his son, man. That shit hurts. The fact that he died and fell inside the pool.
Oh yeah, no, that was actually. Yeah, that was very fucking crazy, dude. I was like, holy shit. He basically fell inside like what was gonna be made into his son's gift.
Yeah, unfortunately, but we do get Fist locked up. Nadim gives his final like testimony through phone, saying that he knew he was gonna die, so he said, "I might as well snitch." Right here and then.
And that's crazy. Like by law, how I guess he must have known that too. That by law, like in the court, like a dying declaration like that.
Oh yeah, he has to know that for a fact.
Yeah, they were gonna take it.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So, Nadim, anything we're missing? I think we're missing. What do we think about Sister, whatever her name is?
Sister Maggie being Matt's mom.
Maggie. Yeah, and the way he found out.
Yeah, I mean, the way he found out was kind of like whatever. It was just the fact that like, well, I mean, I didn't see it coming because I didn't even know that was like his mom. But like I feel I understood her like in the sense that like because I knew exactly what it was that like her problem was postpartum, because like no one's just gonna like automatically like think that, you know what I mean? So it's like I like that it was postpartum, and like she really did have a reason, and it wasn't just like bullshit. So I like that. Like it makes her character seem more real, I guess. But what's it called? Matt was kind of being a bitch about it.
Dude, in my opinion. I was almost like I don't know. Do you remember when we're like Poindexter walked out of the church and he looked straight at her? I was like, oh god, he's gonna.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna die.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. I was like, Matt's gonna lose his shit. I mean, I know like she wasn't there all his life, but at the end of the day, that's your mom. Like, I'm sure he would have lost his shit.
So, do we think Sister Maggie's? Because both sides, the way he gets to Matt in the comics is by like fucking with his like
Electra.
people that he loves.
He killed Electra.
No, well, he kills Electra. But also, like, he just goes after, like, his friends and family.
Speaking of Electra, where the fuck is she? What happened to her?
They don't say.
Yeah, like, I'm wondering, like, what happened to her body?
So she could come back.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like she's dead.
Did they even explain how Matt survived?
He, like, got out through, like, a sewage system, basically. Yeah, like, he just came out of a fucking drain, bro.
Yeah.
But how did he get to the drain? Like, he was, like, standing in the middle of everything.
Dude, it's one of those things that you don't question. Like, the scene too is, like, you see, like, the building falling, like, you see kind of Matt just falling through, like, rubble and shit, and, like, hitting different parts and shit and getting all fucked up. And then inevitably, out of nowhere, he's, like, he comes out through a fucking sewage drain, beach. And then some guy like comes and helps him, and he just tells him like, he tells him about the church to call them or whatever the fuck, and then like the next scene is him like waking up at the church. So I'm like, okay, like I
just accept it.
I guess you just have to accept it. Fuck, all right.
Guys, I have a problem. This is a side note.
Good.
Because I've been playing Spider-Man the whole time. Now I'm stuck inside of a building.
Wonderful. You should probably reset your game.
See?
Yeah, I'm going.
3 out of 10. But anything else on Daredevil? Actually, so let me go back. So I think the next season, we are getting like full Bullseye. We saw the ending credits not ending credits, but like the final scene where like Bullseye's getting operated and his eyes turn into like
bullseyes,
basically. Haha. And like I said, Bullseye, the way he gets to Daredevil is by going through his like friends and family. So you think like he's gonna go for
if he finds out who sister Maggie is, I think he will like
R.I.P.
So you think someone's gonna die again?
Probably. It's either Karen. I feel like at least two people are gonna die. Like I feel like Karen and Sister Maggie are gonna die for sure.
2 people? I think that's crazy. I think only one person.
Nah, because I feel like that'll be the breaking point for Matt. Like then he'll definitely kill someone.
I don't think he'll kill someone. I don't think he wants.
Has he ever killed someone in the comics?
He's killed people in the comics.
We'll see. We'll see how it ends up.
We'll see.
Daredevil also like he's crippled Bullseye to the point where like Bullseye had to be in like an iron lung type of shit. So it might get that bad.
I'm down with that. Well, everybody, thank you so much for staying this long into the video. If you have your own opinions on Daredevil, make sure to write them down in the comments. Make sure to give us a like and make sure to subscribe for all this content that we're going to be putting out. We have been the Blaze production, and we are out. Peace.